Good afternoon from the east coast of the United States. Today is the 2nd of January, year 2018, so Happy New Year. And I hope that this year will see the spontaneous realization of all your dreams. So I'm continuing our conversations here. A lot of you are sending questions after having read You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. And I'm very grateful to all of you for your support. But do remember you can send me any question. And the email address to send the questions is info@jayo.com. info@jayo.com. info@jayo, Jayo.com. Also, please download the app, Jayo. It is the internet for well-being, where we all help each other, where we have experts on every topic for personal evolution, including experts on meditation, yoga, breathing, nutrition, relationships, love, exercise, and many other aspects of well-being. So once again, Jayo, Jayo is the app, and the email the website is jayo.com, Jayo.com. Today's question comes from John Einstein, and he says, I'm new here, and if this is an inappropriate question, I apologize. I have a simple question, and I need to know the answer. As long as my happiness depends on the happiness of others, and if I can't shake regrets regarding my experiences with others, and some of these people have passed on and are no longer alive, is my peace of mind contingent on the happiness of those that are now gone? It's kind of a not very clear question, but I think John Einstein is basically saying, can I achieve happiness without the happiness of others? And then he's asking in a deeper way, what is peace of mind? So I want to make two distinctions today. One is between peace of mind and peace as a state of awareness. Okay? So that is one thing. What is the difference between peace of mind and peace as a state of awareness? And the second is, what is the difference between happiness and joy? So be prepared for a slightly unusual answer. I'll start by saying that actually peace of mind is an oxymoron. Peace of mind doesn't make any sense, because mind by definition is fluctuations in awareness that create noise. So mind is noisy by definition. So there can never be what we call peace of mind, because mind by definition is noise and awareness. That noise can be in the form of internal dialogue, negative thoughts, even positive thoughts. It can be in the form of too much sensory stimulation. So by definition, there is no such thing as peace of mind. But when you go beyond the mind, you go beyond the fluctuations that we call mind, intellect, and ego. You go beyond the fluctuations that we call sensations, images, sense perceptions, then there is infinite peace. And that infinite peace is not of the mind. That infinite peace is a shift in identity to beyond the mind, to the awareness in which mind is the activity that we call thoughts, emotions and feelings, images, desires, memories. So in order to achieve real peace, we have to discover the peace that's already there, beyond the secret passages and the dark alleys and the ghostful attics of the mind. So peace is our essential state. Before a thought arises, there is peace. After a thought arises and it returns back to its source, which is awareness, there is peace. Before a desire arises and after a desire is fulfilled, you return to the same place. So that place is our essential being. And our essential being is ever present as presence, which is peace itself. In fact, spiritual traditions call it the peace that passes understanding. The second distinction that I want to make is between what we call happiness and joy. So happiness is always for a reason. Okay, so when you say, I'm happy because I got this job, or I'm happy because I am loved by friends and family, I'm happy because I have good relationships, I'm happy because I have money. This kind of happiness is transient happiness, because the reasons for happiness can change. The reasons for happiness can change. And not only the reasons for happiness can change, the reasons for happiness can be taken away, because nothing in the relative world is permanent. Nothing in the relative world is permanent. So that kind of happiness, which depends on a reason, is ultimately going to also wax and wane with that which we call unhappiness or distress or suffering. Joy, on the other hand, is again the awareness that is beyond the mind. Again, it's our essential state. And so joy is something that cannot be taken away from you. Once you are in touch with your true self, your real identity, beyond the turbulence of the mind, then there is joy, and frequently also called bliss, and there is peace. Peace that passes understanding. And then, of course, at that level there is total equanimity. So the essential self, the essential awareness that we are, is already at peace and already joyful. And it is of the nature of knowing. That's why in Sanskrit it is frequently referred to as Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal truth. Chit means awareness, the nature of knowing, and Ananda, joy or bliss and peace that passes understanding. So, in a way, there is no thinking, no speaking, no doing that is involved in your being who you already are. Nevertheless, a lot of people do say, how can I ground myself in that identity? And I'll be back in 15 seconds to address that. So once again, in simple being, in simply being aware, in simple awareness of awareness, there is joy, there is abundance, there is fulfillment, there is spontaneous creativity, there is inspiration, and there is the peace that passes understanding that we call equanimity. And it's our state to begin with. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Okay, so that's already there within us. And if we allow that to radiate from our core, our being, without judgment, without labels, without definitions, without evaluations, without coercion, without the need to convince, cajole, seduce, beg, or in any other way coerce or force another person to be who they are not, then that joy radiates from us like light from a bonfire, denied to none and not necessarily focused on anyone. Your joy, your peace, your equanimity, your love, let it radiate from you like light from a bonfire, denied to none and even focused on none, just your being. That kind of presence will not only transform your life, but will transform the life and experience of those that are engulfed by the radiance of your presence. So presence, spirit, consciousness, awareness, which is not in time, which is timeless. This is the greatest gift you can give to the world, where your presence resolves conflicts, your presence creates joy, and your presence creates peace. Not by what you say, not by what you do, but just your very being. That is what it means to be whole. That it is what it means to be holy. That is what it means to be healed. The more we shift our identity from the ego, intellect and mind to the source of all experience, and the more we settle into that, just like the waves of the ocean settle into the ocean or sink into the ocean, then the more there is spontaneous transformation, spontaneous creativity and spontaneous joy. I understand, of course, that the state of perfect equilibrium is not always totally sustainable. So the state of perfect equilibrium, or what we call pure awareness, it shimmers, it fluctuates. The formless becomes in every evanescent, eternal moment. As soon as the moment happens as an experience, there is the disturbance of that perfect equilibrium, the shimmering, the fluctuation, the quivering into experience. But if you're used to settling in it, then even as the quivering, shimmering, fluctuation arises and subsides, you settle into being. So this is a beautiful lesson taught in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, when he says, Yogast Kuru Karmani. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. It means established in yoga, established in being, established in union with the source, perform action. So this is also the meaning of being a non-local awareness, having a local experience, or being a spiritual being, having a human experience, or being timeless but having time-bound experience, or to be in this world and not of it. This is the state of total fulfillment, total peace, total joy, and spontaneous creativity and spontaneous love. Doesn't have to be anything that involves effort. Effortless spontaneity in the field of all possibilities. Effortless spontaneity, effortless creativity in the field of infinite possibilities, always grounded in that field eternally and now. So I am seeing all your feedback, and most of it is good. There are a few unhappy trolls, but that's all right. That's okay. Soon everybody settles in that state of being. As Rumi says, let the waters settle and you will see stars and moon mirrored in your being. Let the waters settle and you will see stars and moon mirrored in your being. That which humans call stars, moon, galaxies, universe, gluons, bosons, force fields, particles, these are names given to shimmering modes, quivering modes of knowing, of experience that is generated within us, that occurs within us, that is known within us, and ultimately is made out of our essential being. So even as our essential being becomes the experience of space-time and matter, it remains in that state of spontaneous joy. So So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.